Game away from making it to Worlds and not able to seal the deal. And then in game number 2 of their first series back, they show that they still can make huge game-throwing mistakes. But they're still a very powerful team. It's up to NEWBEE to bring them down.
Gets the freedom of having to do that because Malzahar can just, set a few Voidlings to help him out.
Oh, Condi sees him. Cocoon lands. Gets the good bit of damage right away, but Swift tries to get some more back. Red buff burning away. Swift goes low, but that's cool. Ghosting in. Xie Valkyries over the wall with a lot of damage. Phosphorus Bomb could do quite a bit, but no summoners are used.
That actually could have been a lot worse for Swift because he actually landed his Q, didn't hit any Spiderlings, so he could actually trade back. But overall, that was still a win for Condi in a situation where it's fairly even, or even a better situation for Lee Sin. So you can tell how that matchup goes. Give it some CDR, and it feels like, all right, now, you're a mid-game champion, but you lost a lot. And now you're staggering your mid-game build with a Hex Drinker because of the matchup. So it's going to take them a little longer to get that. With that being said, NEWBEE going to get this dragon.
They're starting to burn it through. Condi well on the other side of the map, and despite the Mystic shot from Mystic, he's not able to get the steal. NEWBEE take the first big neutral objective of the match.
It's a bit much.
Meanwhile, we've had a lane swap out of WE, sending 957 bottom. Zero and Mystic head up to deal with V and try to get some damage on that top tier 2. There's actually a teleport. They're going to look for a dive. That leaves NEWBEE to shove bottom. Cocoon catches V after he flashes, and V will go down. First blood to Condi.
Well, really well played. And the lane swap was because they were able to shove up that lane and were in position first.
Turret race is going to go on right now. NEWBEE trying to burn it through, but it's WE who get it first.
But that's why they made the rotation to start, was because, LWX was actually holding the wave when Ezreal was already on the tower.
Infernal Drake is up in 5 seconds.
Yeah, that is an Infernal Drake. All right, so that's going to be something that they're definitely going to hotly contest, and NEWBEE's already in position, even though the Scuttle Crab is definitely in WE's favor. It's gone. Just kidding. It's over. The Scuttle Crab is on.
It fades away, and immediately WE move in to start attempting to clear out some of this vision from from NEWBEE. Even a little bit of aggro here. They're grouped as 5, and despite the fact that V has teleport, it looks like they're going to try to force through this dragon. That's going to be the teleport. Arrow finds Zero in the front. He is going to die. Actually brings the burn down onto another member as Xie kites Swift back, gets kicked back into the fight. Cool, looking for somebody, gets delivered right in. Xie is able to drop 1, turn that into 2, turning now onto V, who's looking for even more. Mystic has long since died, but it is not going to be enough. He tries to get some of the honey fruit, but they don't keep him standing. That's 5-3 in favor of WE. But V is continuing to shove in that bottom lane, calling the bluff of WE, but they haven't completed recall yet. They've caught Swift and chunked him down to half, but Condi is still at half health as well. Oh, wow, Swift follows. That's flash out of Condi, and Swift is dead. Now, the question has been answered.
I mean, NEWBEE had such a fantastic position. Trundle was working on that bottom lane tower, that inhib tower. Meanwhile, look at that.
Super minions working on the next turret. The first one falls.
There we go. So this has become quite the game. WE can actually just start up on this. I guess they're playing a... Condi has no HP.
957 still has no teleport. Their tank isn't there. But finally, he's about close to catching up. They are burning through the health on this Baron. There's the teleport in the back out of V, trying to join up with the rest of his team. Lots of AoE, finds the rest of NEWBEE as V completes it. He's now taking damage from the Baron, but they're continuing to fight. That is going to be P. Diddy dying, as 957 is getting shredded down by LWX and Cool. And despite the carry sitting in the back, nice and safe, the tank was not protected.
That's the thing about that fight, was that even though Condi was there, he was just a cheerleader. Because maybe they'll find a mechanic in which you can body block one ward with another one. Yeah,
maybe someday. But that's Ocean Drake is the next on the table for WE. It's going to be cleared right out by the 2 AD carries, Xie and Mystic.
They're going to go for this Baron right now. They aggroed it, but...
yeah. Teleport from 957. He's being collapsed upon, turns forward, but gets kicked away out of the true damage zone.
From downtown, Malzahar has his ulti out, so that's kind of useless. It's a little bit.
That null zone.
That's a communication thing. Ultimately, you don't want to have the kick go out, because if the Malzahar is going to ult in on that Maokai, then go for it. You can actually burn him right out. One of those wards are catching him out.
Yeah, the one right behind the Baron. just behind his head. Tiny little health bar. Seeing that, LWX is going to use that window to shove up mid and take down this mid tier 1. WE don't commit to it. Flanking from the far side, Zero is the initial target. He flashes away, but will drop down. Stranglethorns knocks up 2, 957 in the front. GA and Mystic, the sole hopes they are able to get 1. That's Swift who goes down, but V backs away. 957, so very low, knocked away from the Honey Fruit and knocked away from life. Mystic is exhausted. That's P. Diddy getting the slow, trying to follow up, but on the far side, you've got GA continuing to fire those rockets away, doing what he can as he valks forward.
Jungle pillar.
Cool. Oh, he grabbed the Scuttle Crab instead of his orb, so can't follow it up with the Scatter the Weak, but GA, he's going to lead them on quite a merry chase. Phosphorus Bomb. He's got the cooldown on the Valkyrie and is continuing to harass around. GA, is he going 1v4 right now? Mystic catches right back up. Over the wall, Flash Cocoon finds V, and they finally get that kill.
Corky whittled them down and finally, you know, at least went over and said, hey, I'm alive.
Ooh, they found Swift now. He dashes away. Kick, but Mystic is able to follow it up. That's a jungler dead, and V is still respawning.
Yeah. Let's test it, W. What will you do now that the enemy jungler is down? Ah, the right play. Right. Okay, perfect. Now you're taking Baron.
Yeah, Swift got way out of position there. Is going to cost his team the Baron as WE finally, 35 minutes in, are able to secure the big purple worm.
There we go. That's exactly what they needed, especially since they have Inhib down. Oh.
That arrow.
Okay, you know what?
That wasn't an arrow, that was a message. Infernal Drake now just spawned, and WE are already on top of it. Package on GA means that he can escape if he needs to, but he's got more than enough damage at this point to clear through the rest of the health on that Infernal Drake. With 1 inhibitor bear, 2 inhibitor turrets standing. WE are poised with the Baron buff. WE push forward, looking to finish off that inhibitor. Swift might be on the side looking for a flank, but after his previous flanking attempt resulting in that Baron, might be a little bit hesitant here as they escort the minion wave in. 957 in front.
Ooh, Trundle Pillar. That's actually a useless punch, Trundle Pillar, and it has a fairly long cooldown, so once it's down, they can actually just walk up to it.
V is in front, drops the Subjugate, but it is not enough. He goes down. 957 chunked down to barely 300 health, but is still standing. Sonic Wave finds him, but Swift does not follow through as Kandi keeps the rest of the team. He decides to go in and will be able to get the kill onto Cool. Meanwhile, Shie is going to clean it up on the far side. Finally, that is the ace, and WE clean up, winning the series in a very drawn-out game.